Okay, so Android devices, very rarely do they get any updates. It really sucks. And not because the phone can't even handle the up-to-date like software, the up-to-date Android or security patches, just because out of laziness from the manufacturers. And it's not good for the environment. You will need to update, like buy new devices way more often than you should actually just to get the latest security patch or the latest Android. It really is not ideal. So I have I've been thinking about experimenting and seeing is it really they're not updating the software because it's not the phone can't handle it, or it's because they would like to make more money, or whoever is creating those phones, those the developers and creators and the engineers there and managers in that company, they're not using that product anymore. They're not supporting it. They don't care enough about updating the software. So I've got an S4, a Samsung S4. It's an S4 Active to be more precise, from back in 2013. Like, it's more than 7 years old now. And it's using the Snapdragon 600 processor. It's not even the 800 series. It's not a flagship device by any mean. It's not using a flagship processor at all. And just wanted to see how it works. So it was running Android, like the last update I got for this device, I think was back in 2015, running Android Lollipop Android 5, and it started to be really outdated. It's not secure. It is really outdated and a lot of bugs, because who cares about Android 5 anymore from the developers? Nobody cares about it anymore, and it was good enough for me. At the time I got that device, I have foreseen that I want to keep it for as long as I can use it, and it can be usable for me. It's better for the environment this way. I bought an extra battery, and it has swappable batteries that you can easily swap. It's not built-in battery. So I had it just laying around, and just started using the new battery. So the battery is absolutely great. It's more than enough for light usage, like if you don't game on your device, if you don't use it for video editing, if you don't use it like heavy like CPU intensive stuff, it's more than enough. Like, you don't need the latest and greatest by any mean. And I've downloaded Lineage, and I've downloaded a couple of custom ROMs on a 2013 device, Android 10 and Android 11. On Lineage, tried Android 11, but it was too buggy. I opted in for Android 10, more stable, and you know what? It works. It works even better than the stock ROM on Android 5. It's really good, honestly. And that shows up, I will show a screen recording in a moment now about how fast it is, and how it handles today's apps and their demands, and how it works in a moment as well. However, I want to say that it just works. It simply works. More than enough for light usage. Apps take a bit of time to load the first time. Yes, the processor is an extremely outdated one, and it's already showing its age, honestly. However, for you need Twitter, you need Google Maps, you need YouTube, you need Chrome, you need Telegram, an app to communicate and messages. You need calendar, you need a notes app, you need just very basic applications. You don't need to game on it. You don't need video. For video calls, that might be an exception. Video calls is not great. Of course, on an older device, it requires more CPU power. However, for everything else, it works fine. And more importantly, I've got 2 gigabytes of RAM on this device. You most probably, those apps that I mentioned, Twitter, Google Maps, Telegram, Google Calendar or any calendar, a notes app, email, some social media, that's it. Those apps require you open it once, it takes a little longer, but now you have it open. Like, it's more important to have a better RAM, so that once you open it once, it takes 2 or 3 more seconds. Yes, but when you open it again and again, it just simply like remains in memory and is not being killed if that software has a good RAM management, of course. So enough talking, let's switch to the screen recording and see how it works in real life. So here is the S4 Active, and by the way, all the apps that I'm about to open, I've opened them in advance already. Let's see how good the RAM management is. Twitter, by the way, this is not the full Twitter app, it's the light one in RAM. YouTube in RAM, Google Maps in RAM, Telegram already in RAM, Calendar, it's not in RAM. Let's see, WhatsApp already in RAM. So out of most of our apps, they were already like kept in RAM, which is really awesome. You only open the app once, it takes a bit longer. Yes, let's say for example, let's close the YouTube app, and let's open it from, oh, I've got Chrome. See, still in RAM as well. So let's open YouTube and see how long will it take to open the app from scratch without being in memory. And yep, it's already open. So like, it doesn't take long. So RAM management is more important for day-to-day, like daily usage, like apps that you use a couple of times a day. It's more important than like how long each app will take to open the first time. Okay, that was the screen recording. You can see apps takes a little bit longer the first time to open, but once they are open, they remain in memory. It works fine. You open it immediately in like in a split of a second, you are using that app. That's all what you need. You don't need to keep paying and getting a flagship device that you're not getting updates for. You can't keep it, and after all, the battery will degrade. It is a fact. The battery will degrade over time. There is no way around it if you use your device. And if the battery is built in and you can't get a replacement battery, you're kind of stuck. You have to buy a new device. And this is the case with most Android devices. iPhones are a different category. They get updates for years and years to come. And in some countries at least, they've got some good repair programs so that once the battery is degraded, you can easily swap it and repair it. So that's iPhones. For Android devices, it's different. And you can see that some companies are starting to focus more on software. Like Samsung is offering 3 years of Android updates, major OS updates, and 4 years on some devices of security patches, which is good. Honestly, it's really, really good compared to how it was before, and it's even better than Google. Like, Google doesn't update their devices for 3 years software, like OS updates, and 4 years of security patches. Android One devices is not, it doesn't get updated that often either. However, it's not out. I don't think it's out of like they care more now. I think that's because of the silicon shortage in the world. The devices are getting more expensive. Less and less people will be able to afford or be interested in buying a new device. So instead of pushing the consumers towards buying more and more devices, they thought, okay, we charge a little bit more and keep those devices working for a bit longer so that it becomes more appealing to the end user. That's good for the environment, good for the users, and good for the company as well, to support their products for longer. However, if we want to, I would suggest, honestly, if third party, someone in his or her basement, in their apartment as a side project, they can build a custom ROM for the latest Android, update it like quarterly, like each and every 3 or 4 months, with security patches for a device that is more than 7 years old. A company with the resources and the talent, they should be able to do it. Like, it's a no-brainer, honestly. So how about if, let's say, a company like X or Y, they say, okay, here is a device, here is the cost, you will get it, but if you want to update to maybe Android 12, Android 13, Android 14, whatever, it is not free. Updates are not free. You get your device with the current software, you will be getting the security patches. This is your right. This is not something extra that you pay for to get the latest security patches. However, if you want to update your software to the new Android version and get some bug fixes and so on, you've got to pay for this. You pay maybe $2 or $3, $5, and you get that software, the new software. It's better for the company. They have the incentive to hire and focus on those products because there is a financial return on it, and at the same time the consumers benefit. They pay £5 and extend the lifetime of their device by a year, by 2 years, whatever. You don't need to update every year either. If you want, you can. If you don't, it's fine. You don't have to. And at some point, if the company doesn't make enough money, they say, okay, we're not going to support this for the next year. If we're not reaching that threshold maybe of enough people paying to get the update, we're not updating it anymore. That's understandable. That's fair enough. Maybe they can just make sure that their kernels and everything is up to date and they have updated it, and whoever want to take the helm here and update it as a third-party maintainer, they certainly can. And that's better for the environment. And in addition, we need to have you don't need to go to a company to buy a replacement battery for your device. You should be able to just order it online. They have a tutorial of how to maybe replace the battery if you want, and if you want, you can go for a professional getting this done professionally for you if you don't want to fumble around and open your device and mess around with the components if you're not comfortable. That's better for the environment, better be more efficient using the resources that we have. We have a finite resources. It's not infinite resources. Like the silicon and everything is finite, and not everywhere we have good recycling programs, which I hope we get better at it, honestly, but this is a fact. We need to deal with it now. And let me know what you think about the updates and how maybe it can be improved for everyone in the Android ecosystem. iPhones, you guys are good. Just keep using iPhones if you wish, of course.